Hello traders, Gary Wagner here, just before 10:30 in Honolulu, 4:30 in New York. It is Wednesday, July 20th, and we are looking at the 9th consecutive day in which the Dow Jones Industrial Average has gone to a new record high, closing up 36 points today, almost 0.2% higher, 18,595. Standard & Poor's also trading higher, up about 0.4% at 2167.25. That, of course, is the E-mini. It opened at 59, traded to a high of 69.75, low today 21.55. Absolutely no doubt an interesting day in the market. It's been an interesting week. Interesting in that after last week's dynamic move and realized that we had really seen equities, U.S. equities, trading with a real plateau, a real cap on it, really roughly 2120. That was the former high. We had hit that point or close to that point on numerous occasions, only to see the market sell off from that point, find headwinds for whatever reason, whatever fundamental piece of news would tend to surface at that point and drive the market down. Whether it's the August meltdown here, concern over the Chinese economy, or really the Christmas meltdown in which we saw this market go to a new low at almost 1,800 on the Standard & Poor's. Each time it had come up previous to that, it really stalled right at these tops. Now, the last move down, which occurred right at the Brexit vote, the referendum vote for the United Kingdom to leave European Union, we sold off hard, but we sold off. We're looking, of course, at a weekly chart. 1, 2, 3, call it 4 weeks. So we had about a month of dynamic moves down. We had this real solid move down here. And from there, these last 5 weeks have seen tremendous surge, not only gaining back all of the ground that was lost following the referendum vote, but going to new highs. Now, next real target is 2180. Ultimately, I think the market could go to 2200, but the real question has to be whether or not this market will hit this point and move past it, or will it stall somewhere before here, or does it have the energy on this particular rally to get to 2200? 2200 is my number that I believe is highly achievable in the Standard & Poor's with equities moving higher. I truly believe U.S. equities are the best game in town, the town being a global town. And we see this flight to quality, and quality right now is perceived as U.S. equities as you compare it to other markets globally. Want to take a quick look at oil. Oil today is up over 0.5%, 44.94. You can see that on this daily chart right here. And you can also see that the market actually hit this low of 43.69. And as you know, I have been on record believing that we would see crude oil trade anywhere between 42 and 44. I still think that that is a viable move. I still think that we could see oil drift into that area, but I think that we are going to have two things that are going to be predominant in crude oil prices as we go through the summer. One is sideways, number two, lower markets. In other words, I don't think we're going to see a big spike up. I think we'll either see a trade sideways or lower. I'm looking at a potential level of support or base for oil anywhere between $42 and $44 per barrel. And so traders, lastly, we do want to take a quick look at the U.S. dollar. That, of course, has been the safe haven play. We talked about the fact that for 5 consecutive weeks, we have seen equities move higher. Here we've got a weekly chart, U.S. dollar index, and we can see that over the same 5-week period, we hit this bottom in the U.S. dollar at about 93, and the market has moved up solidly. This, of course, is the dollar index as we look at it through a basket of currencies. When we look at that same basket of currencies, let me pull this up and compare that to the euro dollar, which of course is on the bottom. You can see that we had a tremendous upside spike in the dollar right in here. We went sideways, then we broke back up to the upside. We had the reciprocal opposite action happening in the euro, in which we saw the euro spike tremendously down trade a little bit higher but sideways, and now appears as though it is moving lower, currently at about 110. My sense is we will continue to see the US dollar have really good strength, and we will continue to see euro dollar and the British pound, aside from a couple of peaks and valleys that will trade through a cycle, but have those two currencies trade under pressure. This has been Gary Wagner, wishing you as always good trading. We'll talk to you tomorrow for another Trending Markets. Bye-bye.